Magandang hapon, Davis, at welcome sa Tatak UPLB. Batiin mo muna ang ating mga tagapanood.
Magandang hapon, Ezra, and magandang hapon, UPLB. Magandang hapon sa mga kapwa ko, alumni ng CEAT, at syempre, of course, sa mga estudyante natin na nakikinig at nanonood ngayong araw.
Ayan, gusto namin malaman, talaga bang pangarap mo ang electrical engineering nung bata ka pa? Kaya yun ang kinuha mo at bakit sa UPLB yung napili mong university?
Yung UPLB, una-una siguro, doon ko simula, no? Kasi baka nakakatawa kasi kung bakit electrical engineering, no? So yung UPLB, kasi when I was choosing the campus I wanted to study, I wanted somewhere na, somewhere peaceful, somewhere quiet, and something that resembles home. Kasi I grew up my whole life here in Batangas, and it's very peaceful and quiet here. I thought I couldn't live in the city. Tapos, doon din ako maraming kakilala. Kasi yung mga alumni nung high school namin were doon nag-school sa UPLB, no? For EE, actually hindi siya yung dream ko talaga nung bata. Even nung high school, when I was in high school, I wanted to take biology. Pero yun nga, so my father was saying na, try ko daw yung electrical engineering, and then sabi niya may mga kakilala siya na they turned out okay. Parang madali daw pumasa sila sa board. So ako medyo naniwala naman tayo sa na kaya natin. First choice ko electrical engineering. So yung gusto ko talaga, which is biology, second choice ko lang because I qualified for my course, and then hindi na ako na-screen for biology. So agad-agad diretso electrical engineering na.
You were influenced by them, hindi talaga yung initial na
Oo.
ano mo,
Hindi talaga
decision.
Sabi na lang nun, I remember na lang my late uncle, no, saying na when he took up daw yung course niya din nung college, so he didn't want it at first as well. Kasi sabi niya, if you fail on something that you really want, that's something that your heart wants, no, where will you go pa after? 'Di ba? What's your second choice? I mean, so yun yung sabi niya sa akin. So ang ano niya is that if you fail at something, kung hindi mo man siya gustong-gusto, at least afterwards you can always go back to the thing that makes your heart happy.
Wow,
And I
that's my
believe
first
that.
time to hear that. So at least you
Yes.
have that kind of backgrounder na you can always go back to something that you love. But eventually, did you learn to love electrical engineering?
Yeah. Especially kasi I was a power major, no? I think the country's power industry is something that's really interesting. I think it impacts all of us, no? When I was also in college, I started to be interested into renewable energy, which is also something that related to my course. So, I grew to love it, and I realized na it's not that bad. Well, it is difficult, but it wasn't that bad.
May we know, do you have any memorable experience here in UPLB? And what did you learn during that time?
I have a lot, really. Alam mo, sobrang dami na memorable experiences ko sa UPLB. But mostly, of course, you will remember the subjects that you fail, eh. That's one
Mhm.
lesson that I really learned there na parang you will remember the subject that you failed, pero hindi yung mga subjects na napasa mo. Kasi most of the time, ako, I believe that in our failures do we find the lessons. The
Mhm.
in our failures do we find the parang the true meaning of success, 'di ba? Kasi they said that you will not appreciate light if there's no darkness, 'di ba? Same way as success, na parang you won't appreciate it unless there are times of sure experience failure, that you've seen failure yourself, and really a lot of the things na I remember about LB. Well, these aren't usually parang painful or sore na memories. Pero, sometimes I remember the subjects na, alam mo yun, na pag nag-exam ka from 7 to 1 a.m., mga ganun. So, those are the things that I remember the most. But, kumbaga, of course, there are a lot of happy memories with friends and people. Kasi that's what's really beautiful about LB, eh. The
Mhm.
people that you come to know, they become your
Yeah.
friends for life. So
Mm-mm.
it's very homey. It's very people there, we treat each other as family. I think you're very much familiar of that, no? So yun eh. So pero what really impacts me, and something na yun nga na I would like to share is yung really are the lessons in failure. The times na you thought you could not make it. Alam mo yan? So there are times na you doubt if you're ever going to make it talaga, and
Mm-mm.
graduate ka pa ba. Kasi I spent long years in college, Ezra. And there are times na parang I was questioning, and you cannot see the finish line. Moments of doubt, really, but just kept up, and you'll know na if you have the support of friends, the faith in your dreams, you'll really get there
Mhm.
eventually.
Yeah. So if you persevere, you will finally get what you desire. And even if you got into a lot of challenges, talagang hindi titigil para
Hindi,
lang
hindi.
makuha yun.
Oo,
Mm-mm.
kada dapa bangon lang. So that's what I
Yes.
always tell yung mga younger generations nung orgmates ko sa UPLB Celes when they ask for advice because they know how kind of colorful my journey has been in UPLB. So they would
Mhm.
usually ask me for advice because they know that I've been through hardships and now
Yeah.
they see me, smiling at life and
Mhm.
calling it a good life even after everything that I went through. And then I told them to
Mhm.
just keep the faith.
Yeah.
Talagang it's really important, no? You have to believe in your dreams because there are people who will believe in you but maybe
Mhm.
not in your dreams. So it's very rare to find people who will believe in you and will believe in your dreams. Siguro family mo, no? Loved ones, no? But really it's hard to find someone who will believe in both, believe in you and believe in your dreams. So sometimes they will believe in you, they will trust you, but maybe
Mhm.
not in the dream that you're trying to pursue. There are of course people who were telling me na parang maybe this is not for you, I mean,
Mhm.
they support you. They have no doubt in you, but of course, they doubt if it's ever really your path, no? But my advice would always be you have to believe in your own dreams talaga.
Mhm.
So even at times na yun nga na parang you doubt na you cannot see it, just keep the faith kasi
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you pull yourself up.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
I resonate with you, Davis, and I really think you got into a new height every time you rise up to a challenge, rise up from a failure. That's really inspiring.
Thank you,
Yun.
thank you. Mm-mm.
After you graduate, is your vision about your career path clear for you?
It wasn't,
Situation.
Ezra. Grabe. Alam mo, that's also an advice that I tell the younger generation, yung mga orgmates ko sa UPLB Cele. So, when they tell me na parang, did you know what you really want nung graduate ka? Ang sabi ko, actually at the time, no. Kasi di ba, parang for so long, you've been looking at a door na hindi bumubukas, nakasara lang siya. So parang, you didn't know what to, kapag ka nabuksan mo ba yung door, where does it lead you? So when finally katitingin mo sa kanya, katititig mo sa kanya, kaaabot mo sa kanya, you finally opened it. Now what comes after, right? So that's the question that you will ask yourself when you graduate and you finally open that door. You don't know what's behind that, what's on the other side. And it's a great, pas magulat ka, kasi you thought that the room you're in is quite big already. You thought that the challenges you have here are too big for you already. And then you realize that when you go outside, it's a bigger world. It's a bigger world out there. It's a more competitive one. And actually, the room you're in now has prepared you for it. You just need to, you just need to master the courage and of course, gather your thoughts, 'di ba? So parang trust yourself kung paano mo dadalhin yung sarili mo papunta doon, no? You don't always have to know what you want or you don't always have to be able to figure out what you want early in life to succeed. There are moments of doubt, there are moments of confusion. Hindi mo sure kung yan ba talaga yung gusto mo. And yet, you have to keep going because if you don't try, how will you know kung ano yung para sa'yo, di ba? Naniniwala ko, Ezra, your heart will know it when it's the right thing for you. Your heart will tell you that. So nung graduate ako, I didn't know what I want. So, although may gusto ako talaga din noong time na yun, no? So I wanted to be part of the WESM. So I wanted to work for the Philippine Electricity Market Corporation at the time. I wanted to pursue a career in power, no? So I was telling myself that, ba yun, I wasn't so sure eh. Parang kasi may doubts ka parang what if I'm not fit for the corporate world, no? So thankfully, there are people who guide me. So si Prof. Eric Catrice, so he's our senior advisor in the organization and honestly, up to this day, one of the people na nilulook up high ko pa rin, no? So he told me na parang, obviously PD is looking for, ang sabi pa niya sa akin nun, RA eh. So sabi niya, so ganito, try mo kaya, ganyan. Parang habang hindi ka pa sure kung ano yung gusto mo, ganyan. Kasi he knows that I don't know what I want. So all I told him was that, alam mo Sir Eric, siguro, magpapa-experience lang ako. Tapos kukuha akong visa, mag-Australia ako. Sabi ko sa kanya, so that's what I was telling him. So di ba funny thing, siya yung nag-Australia, ako yung hindi. So until now, 6 years after, andito pa rin ako, siya nakapag-Australian at nakabalik na't lahat, no? So at the time, that's what I wanted. So sabi niya, try mo muna yung sa OVCPD, it would be a good experience. And then they told me, ang magte-train sa'yo doon, si Prof. Wally Del Mundo. So, so sabi ko, at the time, hindi ko pa nga kilala si Prof. Wally Del Mundo eh, no? I didn't even know that he's a big name in the industry. So sabi ko, actually, I was offered another job at the time. So, I didn't know how to cancel dun sa other
Is it
job.
outside the university that
It is
offer?
outside the university. It's actually
Okay.
a corporate job, no? So yung orgmate namin, si Kuya Marshall, so Marshall Jimenez, probably also endorsed me to PEMC. So I don't know what I would do at the time, pero I trusted Sir Eric and sina Sir Elvin was also there, Elvin Dulce. So they were telling me sina Ma'am Athena La Vega, yeah, it would be great to have you in the team. And then I said, okay, sige, plus ang boss ko si Sir Marish, Dr. Marish, Madlang Bayan. So
Mm-mm.
great guy. This is someone I highly and totally respect, no? So, kasi I was able to work with him in a few things when I was still the CEAT chair, no? So, I told myself, oh, sige, it may not be that bad. And nakakatawa kasi sa mga ganong bagay na parang kung mapapansin mo yung mga major decisions ko sa buhay, no? Parang influence ng
Oo.
mga tao, di ba?
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know that these things, no, now that how my father influenced me, how Prof. Catrice influenced me, for example, would take me where I am right now. And I'm glad they listened. You know,
Mm-mm.
sometimes you question, di ba sinasabi nila, follow your heart, don't listen to just
Mm-mm.
because your elders tell you. But there are times, of course, that probably they know what's best for you
Mm-mm.
as well because these are the people who know you. This is my
Yes.
dad, of course, and this is Prof. Catrice, who happened to be, he will hate me for saying that he's like my dad in UPLB, no? Pero he is a great friend, and I think he knows me well, and I really enjoyed it. And that at the time, I found my path. I found what I wanted, and after career in UPLB, I decided to, step out and
Mm-mm.
pursue a bigger career in the power industry where I am now. And I
Mm-mm.
must say that I'm really, really happy na
Mm-mm.
andito ako. Something I'd like to share to the younger ones na parang you don't always have to have everything figured out for you to take the first step, bring your courage with you, bring your learnings with you. Because eventually, you will guide the way with the help, of course, of a few people na you trust and for with whom you can entrust you can put your faith in. When you do that, you will eventually find a way.
I agree because they have a lot of experience before you did. They were able
Yes,
to get
yes,
close to
definitely.
that. It's good to be surrounded by those kind of people, especially great people in your field, electrical engineering. How many years did you work in UP Los Baños before you worked outside?
Yeah, I was here for almost 2 years. So I stayed with
Okay.
I stayed with OVCPD from 2016 up to 2018. So I started
Mm-hmm.
July and left on May 2018. And
Okay.
after that, I'm with the company I'm affiliated with from May 2018 up to present.
Mm-mm. So is was it offered to you the job that you have now, or did you look for it?
Oh, a friend mentioned it to me. So yeah, a
Okay.
friend mentioned it to me. Actually, she was one of those people now parang we've transacted when I was in UPLB pa, working with OVCPD, no. And then she mentioned na, we may be looking for an account officer. Let me know if
Mhm.
you're interested. So I was even wondering kasi parang in UPLB kasi we've been trained to be in the either in the field of in the technical field and
Mm-mm.
parang ganun. So sales is not probably not even a thing in my profession, di ba? So parang I mean it's very far from the technical aspect that we've been trained with. So I was really thinking at the time na parang kaya ko ba to? I mean, I don't even have the proper training. I didn't have that back then. So I was thinking if but I wanted to give it a try. Mostly because of the car. Kasi sabi nila pag sales daw may car eh. But what I realized in that one, at that moment was this job will give you connections. And sometimes yung ganon, yung interaction mo with people in your profession, with people in the industry that you wanted to be in. So I think that's more valuable than any technical knowledge that you'll get there. Connecting with people. Kasi sometimes even the learning that you get in the field is quite
Mhm.
bigger than what you could actually get in a classroom. Parang
Mhm.
ganun. So that's what I was thinking at the time. And so I decided to apply there. And
Mm.
I was able to qualify naman. And until now I'm here.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it,
Mhm.
enjoying every second of it actually.
So even though you're not really 100% ready, but you're ready for it in your heart, you're ready to have a new career outside of the university. Do you have anything that you wish you knew while you were undergraduate? I wish I know this when I was an undergrad. Do you have anything like that?
Yes, yes, if there's anything I learned in all my struggles and where I am right now, is
Mm-hmm.
that you have to trust the process and believe in God's master plan. Something that's really important. There are times, as I mentioned earlier, there are times that you would doubt yourself. There are times that you would not be sure of what you're going to do, what you want. In fact, sometimes it's not even clear what you want, where you're going, where your path leads you. There will be moments of that doubt, but you have to trust the process. You have to trust that there is something bigger than you, something that God has planned for you. Kasi um if you have the faith na it will happen and it will come to that, you believe in your dreams and you persevere, you'll eventually see the end of the road and you will be thankful for all the times that you experienced hardships actually, because they will make you the man that you are in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, of course, hindi ko na alam at the time if I'm ever gonna graduate. There are people who believed in me. They say you're going to be successful, but yeah, but how, 'di ba? So the question naman is how eh, 'di ba? Parang how you get there, right? So
Yeah.
and then when you've been as beaten and thus if you've been much of a failure like I was before I got
Mm-hmm.
here, before I got where I am, um you wouldn't believe that there's actually something good for you. And you wouldn't believe that but all I have at the time was a dream,
Mm-hmm.
the faith of people in me, the people who believe in me, and yeah, that faith that God has a master plan. I always knew na I was meant for something great. I mean, I've been conditioned to that, and I believed it. I clinged into it, in my moments of doubt, even at the time na I didn't know what to do. You just have to keep going. It's
Yeah.
something that really, really important. You will fail
Mm-hmm.
once or twice. No, actually, you don't fail once or twice. You'll fail 1,000 times before you get there. So kapag tanong mo sa sarili mo if you failed 1,000 times na ba, so pag ang sagot hindi pa, so probably you're not gonna get there yet pa, di ba? So baka
Yeah.
marami ka pang failure na kailangan, kasi
Yeah.
really
Mm-mm.
there's such a thing, no? Na parang
Mm-hmm.
you really have to fail a lot and for you to be
Mm-mm.
able to succeed. Lucky are those who find yung success nila at an
Mm-mm.
early age, but you just have to trust the process. There are
Yeah.
those who will find it early. There are those who will get there earlier than most or earlier than some, no? But there is always a process that's meant for you. There's always a
Mm-mm.
process that is for you, and it's because that's God's master plan, no? Iba-iba kasi yung plano niya for all of us, and s- honestly, you just have to trust it.
Yeah, okay. Such wisdom, Davis. And I can really see that you're really grateful where you are right now. I
Very,
can
very
really see
grateful.
that. Mm-mm. I think you are able to really see, okay, although there are uncertain things that I have went through, but still after that, I am here right now. You can
Yeah,
say that
yeah.
I'm here right now. Yeah, grateful for where you are right now. During that time also, di ba, you were able to develop many traits or character because of the process that you went through. Do you have any UPLB traits that you can share to us na talagang nakatulong sa'yo where you are
Oo,
right now?
oo. Puyat. Hindi, joke lang,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
So kasi 'di ba niloloko kasi yung mga yung mga taga-opisina na. So I usually tell my office mate na parang pag UPLB ka, either magaling ka mag-inom, puyat ka lagi. But I think really it's the perseverance. I think it's
Yeah.
something that not only sa UPLB but all of us in the UP system shares. Ang lokohan nga namin sa office, parang ikaw anong bagsak mo? 'Di ba na parang very rarely do we find that, well, there are those of course na parang mga hindi naman bumagsak. Pero karamihan sa atin, the stories that make us are the exams that we failed.
Mhm.
Maybe not grades kasi there are those na hindi naman talaga bumagsak in their college life. So hindi ko naman nilalahat na yung mga taga UP lahat may bagsak, 'di ba? You probably failed at something, and those are the stories that make us. So the damage that shaped us. So and I think that's a common trait for us. So kami ang lokohan nga namin even in the office, so parang bakit ka ay nagja-jive tayo, no, kasi taga UP tayo pareho. May bagsak ka rin, no, 'di ba? So parang ganun. So and I think it's something that's really beautiful about it because these are the mistakes, these are the failures, and these are the experiences that really, really make us mature.
Mhm.
No, they say we mature with damage. So you see how mature I am right now. No, these mistakes and the failures that actually gave us the lessons that make us wise today. So when I started my job in the corporate world, I was so thankful. I was so thankful because of everything that I went through. At this point, even if there are a lot of stress at work, nothing really makes you parang depressed anymore. Nothing really makes you parang soft anymore, because everything that you went through has already hardened you and shaped you into a
Yeah.
better person. So it really is that the shared experience of damages and mistakes and failures that is actually, I think, something na I'm not saying na you don't find in ano, but something that really we share, diba? So Ezra, have you failed an exam ba, or do you have
Yeah.
failed grades
Yeah,
before, diba? So,
I
yeah.
already failed
Mm.
a subject.
Yeah, no. So but lesson learned, right? Lesson
Yeah,
learned.
yeah.
Lesson
Mm-mm.
learned. So I think that's something na ano, and I think that's what's beautiful about all of us here.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's also something that I cannot forget, because that's the one where I was able to push myself beyond the things that
Limits.
I think
Mm.
I cannot do, but I was able to finish. So and
Good for you. Good for you.
yeah, you say to our students who are taking online classes.
These is the challenge of your time. So that's what I wanted to share. Before in
Mhm.
our time, for example, it probably is, di ba? But it probably is the financial part. Yeah, di ba? Na parang kami kasi at the time, di ba? Parang Ezra, dati naman hindi naman tayo nag-jeep halos, lakad lang talaga lahat. So kahit late ka, di ba? So I mean, there are a number of challenges na ano, di ba? Na parang there are challenges that is of course associated with the time that you took your studies, etc. And right now, kids, kids, wow. No, so kids, this is the challenge of your time and something na we hope you learn something from. Kasi kami before, parang juggling through classes, dati naranasan ko, Ezra, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. nasa humanities ka, tapos yung sunod mong klase sa EE,
Ang
10
layo!
a.m. Oo,
Ang
'di ba?
layo!
Grabe. So, oh my God, no? So, and these are your battles. These are the small battles that you needed to face, 'di ba?
Mhm.
So, naranasan ko 5 to 7 may exam ako sa NAT site, tapos parang may
Mhm.
ganito ka ulit, 'di ba? So, parang minsan tatlo yan, anim, apat yan, ilan yan, 'di ba? And you know, it shaped us. It made us who we are today.
Mhm.
Finding the right discarte, finding the right strategy to actually mobilize and
Yeah,
move forward with all of these, diba? Surviving all these
yeah.
um
Mm-mm.
is really the lesson, or it's really the story of it, 'di ba? Na parang yun talaga yun. So that's the meat of the experience, 'di ba? Na parang how you get through all of these, and this is yours. Sadly,
Mm-mm.
this is yours. And sadly, at most parts, you guys have to do it alone. That's the sad part.
Mm-mm.
Kasi kami dati, minsan makakahanap ka ng friend mo na, uy, iiki din ang next class mo. O tara, tara, sorry, samahan mo ako, sabi na tayo, ganyan. Uy, may car ka ba? Pasakay, sasabihin naman. Ganyan, di ba? So,
Mm-mm.
those are the challenges na parang we needed to go through, and yun yung nalampasan natin. Pero sila, eto yung challenges nila.
Yeah.
Diba? So
Mm-mm.
this is the challenge that they needed to face right now. And sadly, at some point, they'd feel na parang they have to face it alone. But really, you're not alone. So,
Mm-mm.
these challenging times, I know, could take a toll on their mental health, etc. But they have to, you just have, trust me, you just have to keep going. You just have to believe in yourself. And you know what? Talk to people, talk to friends. It may be difficult, it may be hard to reach out to people, especially in this
Mm-mm.
setup, but you just have to keep going. Trust me.
Mm-mm.
And this is the challenge of your time, and I know that you can do it. Reach out to people, reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, find someone whom you're comfortable with to share these struggles, because at this point, I think it's the one that's most challenging for this generation.
It's different a challenge, but the character also, that one they will develop if they would just continue to persevere. They continue to do things that they need to do and not give up. And maybe no, Davis, do you have anything also you want to say to our new graduates who are still looking for their career or finding it hard what career path they would want to take?
Yes, of course. I have a very simple advice, Ezra, and some people may not find this wise, no. But my
Mhm.
but my advice is very simple. Just jump in, take a leap. So explore, be brave. Ganun lang. So parang even in you're not even sure what you want, you're doubting yourself, but just jump in. And then just give it a try, and do not be afraid to explore. You are young. You don't make it in your 20s, then you make it in your 30s. You don't make it in your 30s, then you make it in your 40s. It's never too late. It will never be too late. It's not over until it's over.
Yeah.
So trust your guts. Just jump in. Take that. If you're going after a job na you don't think you're qualified, jump in. Go
Yeah.
apply, right? If you're going for a job that you really want, but there are a lot of good competitors, mga kalaban mo, mga top sa board exam, ikaw hindi, jump in. Still go give it a try and nail that interview, tapos lampasan mo sila. Because I've been through all of that. And
Mm-mm.
that's my advice. So just jump in. And if I doubted myself for every opportunity na nakita ko, at naniwala ako na hindi siya para sa akin, or natakot ako kasi baka hindi siya para sa akin, I wouldn't have landed on my dream job. I wouldn't have landed in my dream company. I wouldn't have landed in every parang little success and the triumphs that I was able to, I was able to succeed. So
Yeah.
just jump in.
Mm,
Just
I
jump
agree
in.
with that. Yeah, never be afraid to try. We want to also hear your version of Tatak UPLB
So,
shout out.
ako si Davis Mangubat, Tatak UPLB ako.